50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 586. Today is Friday, November 7th, 2025. Kid, Thursday night football fucking stinks, huh?
Yeah, it was a bad game, overall for both sides. I'm pretty sure from a fan's perspective, I'm gonna tell you firsthand, it was sore on the eyes. Right? It was sore on the eyes.
Yeah, real quick, I got a funny before we get into it, because the game sucks so bad. I think we have time for a story real quick. So I was at the Devil game last night, like you knew. And thankfully I picked the right day to go to a game because it was a terrible game. So we're sitting, shout out Mark. Mark got me the ticket. So I was sitting down, lower level.
Doing big.
Yeah. So it was nice. And we were sitting next to our boy we sat next to last year named Tomas. Big Polish guy, Tomas. 6'6", massive. Like, he's just a massive human being. He's a blue collar guy. Construction, provides for his bro. You would get along. He loves America. Like, you would love this guy. So long story short, we're sitting down and we have we're playing the Canadians, and they have a Canadian fan behind, like about 2-3 rows above us.
You hear him chirping.
Oh, it sounds like it's his first NHL game. That's tripping. He kept calling trip, and Tomas goes in a Polish accent, "Shut the fuck up, kurva! Shut up!" Yo, I was crying, but it was like, okay, I could understand heckling, but like it was annoying at a certain point. It was just like too much. So he told him to shut up. He kept going. So we were like, whatever. Long story short, we're going all the way to the end of the game. It's 2-2. They score in the beginning of the third. They're up 3-2. He goes, up 9 million on Luke Hughes, huh? He goes, yeah, he's chirping now. He's chirping. And we pull the goalie, so we get the extra man advantage with like a minute left in the game. We tie it, and we're like, let's go. We turn around and we double flip the Canadian. we flip them off, right? So it's 3-3 going in, and now it's overtime. 3-on-3 hockey. The ice opens up more. We get a breakaway. 1-on-0, Jesper Bratt backhand 5-hole scores, game winner, and it's me, Tomas, and Mark, and we're just we're going crazy, shaking each other, and we won. My boy tore his shoulder and he popped his shoulder out of his socket. Tomas.
Oh,
bro, he put the team on his back. He was sacrificing his body for the team. So we're like, oh my God. I tried to pop it back into his socket. It didn't work. Mark tried to put it back in. He couldn't. So we went to the medic. They always have medics on site. They were like, oh yeah, we can't do that. They said, you need to go to the hospital. And he lives in Morristown. You know where Morristown is.
Oh, yeah, fake deep, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not an easy drive from fucking Newark. So he's like a 45-minute drive. He's like, fuck, I got to drive like this. And we're like, fuck, Tomas, like, I wish we could help. So I wish I could show you, but bro, the light probably can't see it, but you see, he's in the hospital still, and his shoulder, he needs surgery.
No, surgery?
Yeah, he tore his pec. Yeah.
Y'all boys went hard.
Bro, and I'm sitting there, and me and Mark are going home. We're like, yo, we need to chill out.
Yeah.
It was the best, bro. We leave. He goes to his parking lot, and we go to ours. He goes, I'll see you Saturday. And me and Mark are like, no, you won't. No, you won't. This motherfucker will still probably go to the game, too.
He's going. No,
yeah.
Fresh off surgery.
Oh, so fun story I figured I'd tell you. So that's how my night went. So I really didn't see. I got home with the end of the third quarter, and then I saw the trash fourth quarter. Kenny Pickett was in the fucking game. And so this morning I went back. I watched the game. I'll tell you this, I'm a believer, but man, he stunk. He did not play good at all. One interception wasn't his fault. He was just trying to turn the field position, but the other one was terrible. They really couldn't run the ball either. And Troy Franklin, we cashed over the receptions, but they didn't really do anything. The defense was so good. They blocked the punt. They get the ball in plus territory, and they only kick a field goal. The fans were booing, and they were winning.
Yeah, they got the ball at the 9-yard line.
Yo, I picked the perfect day to go because me and Mark were watching the game on our way home, and we were like, this fucking stinks.
Nah, it was a bad game. I'll be honest with you. We got there with the plus points with the Raiders. The main reason why I had Denver number 9, a 7-2 team at number 9 in my power ranking is everything I was worried about. They showed Thursday night against a bad team in the Las Vegas Raiders. Still, it took for the 8-2 Denver Broncos took 25 minutes to get a first down. Like, I understand you got this win against the Raiders. I don't even know if anybody else in the division, Chargers, Chiefs, you're not going to win that game.
No.
And you see everybody in the AFC, Colts, Patriots, Steelers,
even the Ravens,
you name them. You're not going to win this game come playoff time. So I don't know what it is. Bo Nix did have a bad game.
Are you still a believer?
But am I less believing in?
Is it fair to say he's a better Tim Tebow? Or is that a little disrespectful?
I got to let that sink in for a little bit.
Because let's be honest, he's a winner. Like Tebow. Tebow's a winner. Now, he's not the most athletic or accurate quarterback, but he's a winner. And when someone made the comparison, I said, right off the bat, I said, no, I think Bo Nix is a little more talented. But then the more I thought about it at work, I said, damn, that's a close comp.
Put like this.
Yeah.
After yesterday's performance, it's hard to argue it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm going to say no. But yesterday he played so like a Tim Tebow-ish game. Mm-hmm. It's hard to deny that. But to be honest, though, both teams played bad enough to lose the game. But also both teams played well enough to win the game. I think if Geno Smith wasn't hobbling in that fourth quarter, I think the Raiders win this game. Give Denver Broncos and that defense a lot of credit, though. They got a 5 sacks in the first half alone. The end of the game was 6. Gentry had a pretty good game, but that drop ended up being an interception. To me, Geno Smith has to play better. Kind of surprised Kenny Pickett wasn't put in the game earlier. So give Denver credit for winning this ugly game. But if I could go back though in time, with this game included, Denver Broncos would not be in my top 10. At 8-2, they would not be in my top 10.
Watching it back this morning, I didn't understand some of the play calling Sean Payton had, especially down in the red zone.
I don't think it's the play calling, though. I honestly think Bo Nix just is a little off. Something's a little off offensively, though. Cortland Sutton not being involved. I think he had one catch? Yeah. When is it ever?
He's not a wide receiver 1 anymore. I'm sorry.
I think he is. I just think Bo Nix is not using him to his full potential. That's my thing. Cortland Sutton is a number 1 receiver, though. Bo Nix is just not able to find him as much. I don't know what it is, though. You can't be 8-2 while your number 1 receiver is only getting 1 catch. What are we at? 3 for 24. Franklin, I like Franklin. He's been all right, but the running game was okay. Bo Nix was below average. The defense was phenomenal.
If
But
they
again,
if they had a middle of the pack defense, they lose this game.
I'm going to say 25 other quarterbacks win this game.
It seemed like no one wanted to win the game. Watching the game, it was like, bro, who wants to win this game?
That's why I said both teams played well enough to win the game. Both teams played bad enough to lose the game. To me, the Raiders should have walked out of Denver with a victory. Like I said, we cashed there with the points, but very bad win for the Broncos. But to me, if you're the Raiders, you should have walked out with a victory.
It was terrible. Both teams, 10 first downs, under 400 total yards combined. 188 total yards for the Raiders, 220 for the Broncos. Both had 13 drives. Both were averaging a little over 3 yards per pop. No one really wanted to do anything. They were both around 30 minutes possession time. It was a terrible game. That's what I got, and it's surprising. This team is 8-2.
Who would have thought? First place, first overall seed in the AFC, first place in the AFC West. For some reason, this offense is sluggish to start the game. And it's not like it's a one-time thing, though. It's throughout the whole season. They only have one scoring touchdown in the first quarter all season long.
Yeah.
Only one game this season to score a touchdown in the first quarter.
It's just not sustainable, and something eventually has to change. It's just, when will that change come?
Hey, at the end of the 8-2, so whatever they're doing, it is working. But come playoff time.
But I think you hit it perfectly. Exactly. When you verse good teams, like you mentioned a few minutes ago, that's not going to fly. You're going to lose to those teams. So I don't know what changed. I'm still a believer, but man, it was ugly yesterday. It was not good at all. And yeah, it was that's Thursday Night Football, guys. And we're getting to the point of the year where it was like, we're going to have some of these shit games. It's just, it is what it is at this point. So
yeah, but nobody expected that bad of a game. The over-under was 42.5.
We said the under.
We did say the under.
It's been terrible. So we do get there with the under. You got there with the points. One of the two props hit for me. Cortland Sutton just was MIA, but we do get there with Troy Franklin receptions. How did your prop do?
I took Trey Tucker over 41.5 receiving yards. He got a touchdown called back, Dale. So the Raiders did get in the end zone twice. They should have had 14 points. The rookie Thornton Jr. got called on a pick play. He ended up with only 28 yards. If he got that touchdown, I think that was probably like a 35-yard touchdown, something like that.
That was a shit game. It was a game for punting. And did you see the punt from the Broncos?
That's the thing. The Broncos, I forgot to even mention this. The Broncos honestly played as bad because they kept shooting themselves in the foot, though. They kept killing themselves with penalties. And then the punter, for the first, I think, 3 punts of the game for the Broncos, was averaging a net total of like 18 yards.
You and I could have punted better than that.
I'm not going to go that far, but I could have had a couple at 30 plus.
Yeah.
So not saying consistently, but I could have got one at over 30 plus. So Broncos got to be thankful that it was the Las Vegas Raiders playing against them, not the Chiefs, not the Chargers.
I just think it says a lot about the Raiders. They're bad. If you can't win this game,
I've been saying it for weeks. I've been saying it for weeks now. I think since week 5. I want somebody to have faith in me the way Pete Carroll and the front office have faith in Geno Smith.
They're 2-7. They currently have the 6th overall pick on Tankathon. They've lost 3 in a row.
Maybe that was the game plan all along, but I don't know why you paid them $80 million.
Well, they just fired their special teams coach about a few hours ago.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I don't think that was the main reason of everything going wrong. I understand they did have a punt block, but
it's Denver at the end of the day. It's a top 5 defense. But yeah, Thursday Night Football fucking sucked. So that's that. The bets weren't really good either, outside of you hitting your plus points. Yeah, that the Devil game, Thursday Night Football. Anything else that I missed? Anything going on?
Nah, it's still free Tony Allen. Still free Tony Allen.
Andrew in the chat goes, just traded Brees and Pittman for Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's a playoff push right there.
Yeah, that is a playoff push. That's a good trade.
Yeah, I respect it, especially if you're deep at running back. You know, if you could spare Brees Hall, which should be like a top 12, top 10 running back right now in fantasy. Pittman Jr. has been having a good season thus far.
But they have weapons.
Yeah, but Amon St. Brown is a true number one target. He should be top 5. I don't have him in none of my leagues, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure he's top 5 as a wide receiver. So to me, it's a great pickup, especially if you're in the playoff picture. So
how are you doing in fantasy outside of our league, other leagues?
Only one league I have a losing record. I think I'm 6-3, 5-4, 7-2, and 3-5, 3-6, something like that. Only one league I'm losing record.
Yeah, we're in a lot of leagues.
And that league I didn't draft because I was doing excursion in DR, so I couldn't draft.
Excuses. All right, kid, before we get to week 10, a quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer. The most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted number 1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys, or an elderberry watching week 10 in the NFL. Not on ESPN. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. Kid, what do you got in that solo cup? You got some Viva behind you? I see some Viva. You got some Huckleberry, elderberry. You're on mute.
I got some Viva. Yeah, I had to mute myself. The dog next door is going fucking crazy. But yeah, I got some Vivas above me. I got some Vivas to the side of me right here next to the Patriots sign. So always loaded with a couple of Vivas. Shout out to
Andrew has a team. He says, I got Justin Jefferson, Bijan, Amon McBride, Flowers, Rashid White, all in a 12-man. Who are you drafting with?
How you got Jettas and Bijan?
They had to have gone in the first.
No,
is it sleeper? Is it ESPN? What are you drafting on?
He either had. There's no way. Yeah, it has to be a sleeper because there's no way you're able to. First of all, Bijan to fall to 10, and then Jettas, if you have a late pick.
Yeah, 10, 11. He had to draft it back to back.
And there's no way Bijan is dropping to 10 or 11 in any league.
And then he just traded for St. Brown, and then he probably drafted McBride and Flowers.
No, McBride and Flowers is okay. Rashad Wright was a backup. Remember, Bucky Irving's just starting right now.
He got hurt.
Yeah, so I just want to know how the fuck did anyone allow him to get Jettas and Bijan back to back?
No, that's fire. Shout out to you, Andrew. That's a hell of a trade.
No, it has to be a keeper league. Has to be. Yeah. ESPN.
Yeah, I'm on ESPN with all my friends. Just fleeced them. I had a 1.06 pick. All right, cool. Yeah. That's fucking hilarious. Let's go. Shout out you, Andrew. All right, kid, let's get to it. Week 10 in the NFL. And unfortunately, we are back to international games. Berlin, Germany. We got Madrid coming up next week as well. Set your alarms. 9:30 here on the East Coast. The Indianapolis Colts. Antos Gardner, second time going overseas. By the way, did you hear DeForest Buckner on IR? They put him.
No, I didn't.
That's
tough. It is tough. It ain't the end of the world because when do they need them, Dale? They're a certified playoff team. They have to fall off the cliff to miss the playoffs right now, right?
Yeah.
As long as he's back home to end the season, get a couple games under his belt, then he's there come playoff time. That's all that matters.
Colts. The home team here in Berlin, I think it's Munich, but we'll see. Atlanta Falcons.
Is in Germany? Right?
Yeah.
It is in Munich.
Colts laying 6.5 here in Germany, minus 310 on the money line, plus 250 for the Falcons. Total is at 48.5. Interesting game, I thought. Sauce Gardner, he will be playing his first game as an Indianapolis Colts. Colts also looking ahead toward their bye next week after this international game. And I just think both defenses are really good. And we see how Daniel Jones regressed when playing a good defense. But do I want to take Michael Penix? I think I might, kid. I just don't know if I could trust Daniel Jones against a defense the way we saw similarly last week to the Steelers. And yeah, they got Sauce, but can he really lock up Drake London? I don't know.
Christian Gonzalez couldn't.
Christian Gonzalez, he looked like he got hurt too last week, Christian Gonzalez. But I don't know. I just feel like these two teams in a neutral site on American soil, I highly doubt the Colts would be a 6.5 point favorite. So that's why I have to take the points. Give me the Falcons plus 6.5.
You know what, though? I like your thinking. I'm not mad at the way you think because I would have broken it down the same way if the Colts didn't just lose in Pittsburgh. So I think they got a sour taste in their mouth. Jonathan Taylor didn't have a good day. Daniel Jones has his worst day of the season. And not for nothing, Atlanta did look okay last week against the Patriots. The reason why I say okay is because it was Drake London or nothing. If they're able to slow down Drake London, right, and the running game with Bijan Dill, I think the Colts could possibly run away with it. It's going to be interesting if Michael Penix could outsing Daniel Jones. I think not. I think Daniel Jones bounces back here. I'm going to lay the 6.5 with the Indianapolis Colts. Also think they're in a great teaser spot as well. Don't get me wrong, Atlanta's defense is pretty good, Dill, but I just feel like it's a tough spot in Germany. Colts just lost a bad game last week. I think they bounce back. Give me the Colts.
I'm giving fantasy advice to Andrew. He said he scammed for Bijan and McBride. All he needs is a quarterback. Jaden Daniels got cooked last week. I said pick up J.J. McCarthy.
If you can pick up Jackson Dart.
You really think Jackson Dart's available in some leagues?
No, honestly, probably not.
Yeah.
You know what? JJ's not bad.
Because he'll rush in a touchdown, too.
See how healthy Baltimore defense is before you make that decision. If they're pretty healthy, he might have a tough day.
Maybe not this week because little teaser, I do love the Ravens this week. But, all right, by the way, 1 o'clock window. Again, 7 games in the 1 o'clock window, 3 games in the 4 o'clock window. So
they can't get it right.
They'll never get it right. And I'm forced to watch Scott Hansen in the quad box. I like Scott Hansen. I think he's a cool guy, but I just want to watch football. I'm not here for Scott Hansen. Is that too much to ask?
I always said it should be a minimum 4 games, 4 o'clock window. Minimum 4 games.
Just get it right. That's all I ask.
One day we should get 5.
And to be honest, I don't like the early start. Why can't we get a night game in Germany? That would be fire. Start a little later.
Isn't Germany like 8 hours, 10 hours? 7? Can't really be a night game. It'll be in between some games. I don't know. Just
get it right. I'm tired of it. Anyway, first game in the 1 o'clock window, we will head down south to Houston, Texas, as the Texans home dogs against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars, it's a pick 'em, -1.5. Jaguars short favorites here on the road, -112 on the money line. Texans +1.5, even money. Total is at 37.5. Jags on a back-to-back road spot here, but they will be up against Davis Mills instead of C.J. Stroud. And it seems like C.J. Stroud will miss more than just one game. It sounds like he might miss another game. That the concussion did not look good, if I'm being honest.
It was a hard hit. Well, definitely was a hard hit.
I thought coming into the week, I wouldn't play the Texans. but I really don't want to back Trevor Lawrence as a road favorite in a divisional game. And I think Davis Mills could be a little scrappy. This is such a disgusting game, if I'm being honest. If you could take away Nico Collins, I think the Texans are going to have a tough time moving the ball. Brian Thomas Jr. He's gonna be out. Yeah, they got Parker Washington, but like, how are they going to move? How are the Jacksonville Jaguars going to move the ball unless they run all day? Which I don't know if they could do it against this Texans defense either. So I hate this game. I think it's disgusting. I probably would lean with the home dog with the Texans, but I like the under. I think like a 14-10 game. I think both offenses stink right now. So I don't trust David Mill, but I don't trust Trevor Lawrence either. So, yeah, this game is disgusting. I probably would take the under.
Dale, to be honest, we saw Jacksonville in a shootout last week with the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. Now they got to go on the road against Houston. I wouldn't be if Geno Smith had a ton of success last week, 3 passing touchdowns. He looked pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if David Mills in that offense is able to move the ball somewhat. Still got Nico Collins. They still got some weapons, Dale. I like Willie Marks as well from the running back position. And let's not forget, Houston's defense is pretty damn good. I think they could cause some havoc for Trevor Lawrence in that offense. Still, no Brian Thomas Jr., no Travis Hunter. So you got to have a new guy in Jacoby Myers going to be in. You got to have Parker Washington as possibly your number one target this Sunday. I don't love that for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think if Houston constantly gets pressure on Trevor Lawrence and force him to make plays with his arms, I think it's going to be a tough day for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the Houston Texans are live at home. I like them plus 100. I might be going with Houston, though.
Yeah, it's a disgusting game, if I'm being honest. Let's go up north. Chicago Bears taking on the New York Giants. Bears laying 4.5 here at home. Minus 220 on the money line. Plus 184 for Jackson Dart and the Giants. Total is at 47.5. Giants on the road. I want no part of this. It's going to be a cold, ugly, windy game. They said it might have snow as well. So this just doesn't seem like a game where I want to back New York. Giants can't stop the run to save their life. And Bears run the ball pretty well. I think that's why they're winning some of these games. Their defense, it's probably middle of the pack, but they're winning the turnover battle. They're forcing turnovers. And in this type of situation at home, I think they're going to be able to force a turnover with Jackson Dart. It always seems like if the first read isn't open, he wants to run. Mm-hmm. I don't know if necessarily that's the best thing. Giants have allowed 137 points in the last 4 games. Franchise record. I just don't trust them in this spot. I think Bears win at home. I'll lay the 4.5 with the Bears.
Yeah, I kind of lean the over 46.5 points. I think Chicago's going to be able to put up some points. And not for that, I think Jackson Dart in that offense, Jackson Dart is talented. Let's just be honest. I think he's able to put some points up. So I do lean the over. I kind of want to take the Giants here, but I just feel like it's a tough spot in Chicago. I'm going to go with the Bears, though. If anything, put the Bears on a money line parlay. Don't love laying the 4.5, but if I had to, I'm going to lay the 4.5 here with Chicago. I think Caleb Williams bounced back last week. We saw him in the game-winning drive down late. Loveland looked better. And not for nothing, Rome Odunze was shut out last week, and the offense was able to score 30-plus points. Now, if Rome Odunze steps up, is live like we all know he's capable of doing, a little sprinkle of the running game, a little sprinkle of DJ Moore, Loveland is a little more involved, I think they can have a successful day. So I will lean the Browns minus 4.5 and the over.
All right, let's go to third game in the 1 o'clock window. We'll head up a little north to Minnesota, where the Vikings are taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens road favorites minus 4.5, minus 230 on the money line, plus 190 for the Vikings. Total is at 48.5. Ravens are on a back-to-back road spot. This is the second of 3 straight back-to-back road spots for the Ravens. And, you mentioned their defense. Defense looks like it might be back. Ravens coming off extended rest, Thursday night football. So they have that extra rest. And as much as I'm a Viking believer and a backer, I just think this could be a letdown spot here for them at home. They got behind J.J. McCarthy when all the media was against him, including you, and going on the road and beating the number 1 team in the Lions. Now coming home against a defense that seems to be getting healthy at the right time. It just seems like a bad spot for JJ in this offense. Lamar owns the NFC, and typically Brian Flores doesn't really do well against mobile quarterbacks. So I just think Derrick Henry could have a big game as well. Yeah, this might be one of my favorite plays. I'll lay the 4.5 here with the Ravens on the road.
Yeah, give me the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to lay the 4. I think, Dylan, you hit it perfectly. It's just a tough spot. Let's not forget, Ravens coming off a bye week. They go on a Thursday night, blow out the Dolphins 28-7, something like that. Now, on the road against J.J. McCarthy, I think the Baltimore Ravens, they had the calendar circle for this game, and I also think it's a must-win game for the Ravens as well. And I think they take care of business. I think 4.5 is too short. I think the Ravens might walk the Vikings. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a double-digit game. Give me the Baltimore Ravens -4.5.
All right, let's go to MetLife, which should be a rainy game, and this one is another ugly game. The New York Jets are hosting the Cleveland Browns. Browns -2.5 road favorites in MetLife, -130 on the money line, +110 for the Jets. Total 37.5. Line jumped a couple points after trading Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. Both teams are coming off their bye. Jets, they have Thursday night next week against your Pats, so maybe you look ahead spot. But it's so crazy to me that the line moved this much by trading 2 players. And now the Browns are such a public play. And Elvis, we don't like to back Cleveland on the road. It's going to be ugly weather here in New Jersey, rain all day. Kevin Stefanski gave up his play calling to Tommy Reese. He did that last year too. He just always winds up giving his play calling up to someone. But just who are the Browns to be laying points on the road with Dylan Gabriel against anybody? Say what you want about the Jets and Justin Fields, but he isn't playing all that bad, and he's better than Dylan Gabriel. And, I just think he has to avoid the pass rush. He's getting Garrett Wilson back this week after missing a few weeks. He's going to be fully healthy. I just feel like when people trade some of their key guys off the team, the other players kind of rally behind that. And Aaron Glenn is a very motivational guy and coach, and I think he could get the most out of this team and win this game. I'm never taking the Browns as a road favorite, especially with Dylan Gabriel. Give me the Jets on the money line +110.
I'm so happy you went first, Bill. I couldn't agree more. I think the Jets are live here. Give me the Jets +2.5. Give me the Jets +1.5. I think they're dogs outright, Bill. Justin Fields or Dylan Gabriel? It's Justin Fields by a mile. Don't get me wrong, the Browns do have the better defense, but how many points do I expect Dylan Gabriel to give me? Unless Junkins, runs all crazy, if Junkins goes for $125 or more, Browns probably win the game. But if you're able to control Junkins and let Dylan Gabriel beach out with his arms, I think the Jets run away with it. They'll give me the Jets. Take them on the money line. Take them -1, +1.5, +2.5. Surprised I'm saying this. Jets.
Yes, Jets. Let's go. Let's head down south to it's not Raleigh. It is Charlotte, North Carolina, where the Carolina Panthers are hosting the New Orleans Saints. Panthers 5.5-point favorites at home, -250 on the money line, +205 for the Saints. Total is at 38.5. Saints on a back-to-back road spot. I said -5.5 that way because it's crazy to think that the Panthers are laying 5.5. But I get it. They look like the right side. The Saints stink, and the Panthers are solid at home. Outside of getting blown out by the Bills, they're a pretty solid team at home. Tyler Shuck making his second career start again on the road against a Panthers defense that has momentum and is playing pretty good. Saints just traded Rashid Shaheed. Saints had the ball for just 16 minutes last week. That's terrible. They got smoked, and now they have to go back on the road. I feel like the spread is telling you everything you need to know. Panthers are the right side. I'll lay the 5.5 here with Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. Give me the Panthers -5.5. Bryce Young, hate him or love him, he's been taking care of business at home this year. The Panthers taking care of business at home. Like you said, you got the rookie on the opposite side. They got smoked last week against the Rams, and then you got Carolina offer a huge road upset win against the Green Bay Packers. Now they're coming back home against a divisional opponent, 5.5 point favorite. I'm surprised I would be laying 5.5 here, but give me the Carolina Panthers -5.5. Also think it's a great teaser spot as well, but give me the Panthers.
Let's go down south even more to Miami, where the Dolphins are hosting the Buffalo Bills. Bills laying 9.5 here on the road, -560 on the money line. Miami +420, +9.5. Total is at 49.5. Dolphins coming off playing Thursday Night Football where they got smoked by the Ravens. So they're on a little bit of extended rest coming into the game. They just fired their general manager last week. Quick question. How much longer do you think McDaniels has? Does he stick around?
They said he got to the end of the year. They're going to let him coach. They're going to let him finish the year. Surprisingly, I know you're not too happy about. I'm not going to say too happy about it. I know you're surprised about that news. So
I'm not happy. I'm just surprised. I never want to wish people not have a job, but he has a family. He has a kid. I don't want that, but I guess I'm just surprised. He might, like you said, he's sticking around, but Tua stinks. And he looked bad last week, and the Bills just owned the Dolphins. They've won 7 straight versus Miami. Get this, 16-2 straight up in the last 18 games together. I just don't think this is a let-up spot for Buffalo after a big win last week against the Chiefs. It's chalky as hell, but I just can't take Miami. Even at home, I think the Bills smash them. Give me the Bills.
This is another one when I was like divisional opponent in Miami, tough spot. I think 9.5 is a little too much. Don't get me wrong. I understand Miami Dolphins ain't a good team. We saw Buffalo are going to be their 2 most impressive wins of the season, beating the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Atlanta Hawks. I said Atlanta Hawks. The Carolina Panthers. I think 40-9, and then beating the Kansas City Chiefs at home. I feel like Buffalo Bills going to play down to their opponents. I don't think they're going to take Miami that serious. I do expect them to run away with the win, but I think 9.5 is too much. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami hangs around, let's just say 24-17, something like that. I don't expect Buffalo to go too crazy. I don't think they're really going to take Miami that serious. I do expect them to win, but to win by double digits, I'm not sure about that. I'll lean the +9.5.
Last game in the 1 o'clock window, and we will head down south, or stay actually in the state of Florida, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are hosting your New England Patriots. Buccaneers laying 2.5 here at home, -142 on the money line, +120 for the Patriots. Total is 48.5. Elvis, this is your team. What do you got?
We got 2 MVP candidates going to battle it out in Tampa. Tom Brady already called a Game of the Year candidate on this beautiful Sunday 1 o'clock window. So this is going to be a game. It's going to be a great game. This as a Patriots fan, this is a test. If we're able to walk into Tampa Bay and come out victorious, it proves that we're really got something, not just building, but we're probably contenders if we're able to walk out of Tampa Bay victorious. Definitely a tough spot here. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks coming off a bye week. I think the defense got a little more healthier. I understand no Bucky Irving, no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans. But Baker Mayfield in that offense still makes magic. Can our defense contain the running game? Most likely. Can we stop that Baker magic? I'm not 100% sure of that deal coming off the bye week. I do love Drake May. He's been on a heater. We won, 5 straight games. But good things have to come to an ending, right? Good things have to come to an end. And I think we suffer our first loss of them in over a month. I think we suffer our first loss. Give me the Tampa Bay Bucks -2.5. Still think the Patriots will be just fine. But Tampa Bay at home, off a bye week. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, Patriots, like I said about the Jets, Patriots looking ahead towards Thursday Night Football with the Jets. You mentioned Bucks coming off their bye. I think the problem here in this game with Drake May is he holds the ball on too long. And Elvis, can you guess who is second in the league in giving up sacks?
Giving up sacks?
Yeah.
I doubt it's us.
The Patriots.
Your accent.
The Titans are number one. I don't think that's a surprise. The Patriots. Drake May's been sacked 16 times in the last 3 games. Obviously, that one outlier is the Browns, where Myles Garrett had 5. Yeah. And now going up against Todd Bowles, fully rested defense. I know the Pats defense is good, but I do think you could throw on them. We saw what Drake London and Michael Penix, what they were able to do. I think Baker, Emeka Egbuka, they're going to have a really big game through the air. I'm backing Todd Bowles in this situation. I think they're going to give Drake May some fits here. And like you said, all things must come to an end. I don't think the Patriots really care all that much to lose to a non-conference team. You know, they're not going to see the Bucks unless they go to the Super Bowl. You know, it'd be a bigger game if they lost to like the Ravens or the Colts or like someone that they could lose a seeding over. I don't really think they're going to worry all that much, but I do think the Bucks are just a little bit better of a team, especially coming off their bye. I agree. I'm going to take the Bucks here -2.5. Let's go to the 4:00 window, and we will head to the Pacific Northwest, where the Seattle Seahawks are taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Seahawks laying 6.5 here at home, -320 on the money line, +260 for the Cardinals. Total is at 44.5. Seattle Seahawks are very, very, very public this week. Arizona also on a back-to-back road spot on a short week. They played Monday Night Football against the Cowboys, and to be honest, everyone looks good against the Cowboys. I don't even know of how much I'm really taking into account that win with Arizona. Seattle's just rolling right now, and historically they have owned the Cardinals. I think they have great special teams. I think the defense is good. They went and tried to improve their offense with a deep threat and Rashid Shaheed. I know the number is big for a divisional game, but I just think Seattle's a legit team. They got extra help, like I said, at the deadline. Great teaser spot, but I do like Seattle here. I'll lay the 6.5 at home.
Yeah, Dale, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. We just saw, don't get me wrong, both these teams dominate, on the Sunday night stage and on the Monday night stage. But there's no doubt in my mind the Seattle Seahawks are clearly the much better team. Sammy D is playing lights out. Now they add another weapon. They got a pretty good running game. And not for that, defensively, that's a top 10 defense on that side. So don't get me wrong, Jacoby Brissett has been moving the ball. The running game has been okay. I just feel like it's a tough spot going to Seattle for this Arizona Cardinals team. Great win on Monday night. I don't think they show up on Sunday. Give me their Seattle Seahawks at home -6.5, and I agree with you, Dale. Great teaser spot.
Let's go out west, where the San Francisco 49ers are hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Rams road favorites -4.5 on the money line, -230 on the. Oh, I said money line on the spread, -230 on the money lines. 49ers +4.5, +190. Total is at 49.5. 49ers are 1-14 ATS after a win. They won against the Giants. They just cannot put together back-to-back solid spots or solid games. They just continue to get hurt. The rookie out of Georgia tore his ACL. How many blows can this defense withhold? Truthfully, they just continue to get hurt. Rams are just balling right now. They're playing good football. Puka Nacua, he came back. He looks good. He should be able to torch this secondary. And all the Rams have to do is stop Christian McCaffrey. I know we say this like almost every week because he's that good.
It's easy.
Like it's easy. Like, take it from me. Yeah, I could go stop CMC. But like, if you could literally, or not even stop him, because I don't think anyone could stop him, just slow him down a little bit. The Rams should roll here, I think. In a revenge spot, 49ers upset them earlier in the year. I think Karen Williams could have a big game as well. I'm laying it. I know I'm laying a lot of chalk this week, but I just think looking at the board, it just speaks to me a little bit where it's just like, don't overthink it. Lay the points. These are the better teams. And that's what I'm doing here. Give me the Rams -4.5.
I love that you alluded to the first matchup early in the season when the San Francisco 49ers was 7.5-point dogs. And I smashed the 7.5, Dale. Give me the +4.5 with the San Francisco 49ers. Don't get me wrong. I do think the Rams want a revenge spot here. They could get a revenge spot here by winning a 3-point game. I think it's a tough spot going up to Candlestick, divisional rival, last matchup of the year. I think the San Francisco faithful is going to show up. I think Mac Jones and his offense is good enough to stick alongside with Matthew Stafford. Don't get me wrong, though. I agree with you 100%. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams has been very special. A little sprinkle of Bray Corman, Kerr Williams, pretty good. And
they used Blake Corman a lot last week.
Yeah, they've been using him a lot lately. I don't know if you've been watching. So, don't get me wrong, I agree with you. There's a lot of injuries on both sides of the San Francisco team. Let's not forget on both sides. But and Candlestick, primetime game, divisional rival, and let's not forget, Kyle Shanahan some reason has Sean McVay's number.
It's not a lot though.
Yeah, I know,
but he does have the number. You're right.
Give me the +4.5 at home. Hopefully the Rams win, Dill. I'll take the 4.5 in my pocket.
On a separate note, I'm beginning to think Brandon Ayuk's never coming back this year.
I'm starting to think Brandon Ayuk finessed the 4.5.
Yeah, and Brock Purdy's I think done for the year too. Truthfully,
what is his injury?
He has a turf toe.
Yeah, those linger, man.
Those linger a lot, and if you come back early, you could fuck your foot up for the whole season. Now, they do have their bye. I was looking at when their bye is, San Francisco. It's in week 14. Maybe he comes back after that. Like, they're still in playoff contention, but people told me, or like reporters I was reading in San Francisco in the Bay Area, they said Brandon Ayuk possibly returns week 1. What the fuck are you talking about? It's week 10. Why isn't he playing?
No updates either.
No, none. No updates. I get it. I get why you're taking the +4.5. Do you worry, though, that eventually the injuries are going to cost you, where it's like you just can't overcome all these injuries?
Yes. But until somebody slows down CMC, we'll get there when we get there.
That's fair. Shout out Adam in the chat. He had a great stat. Like I said, Seattle has owned Arizona historically 9-1 straight up, 8-2 ATS in the last 10 meetings. And for this one, the under is 5-1 in the last 6 games for Rams and 49ers. But each of those games featured a total of 45 or less.
Shout out Adam. Shout out Adam.
You got the fucking comments coming in. I love it. All right, okay, last game in the 4 o'clock window. We head to the nation's capital. The Washington Redskins taking on the Detroit Lions. Lions laying 8.5 here on the road, -490 on the money line. Redskins +380. Total is at 48.5. The Lions have circled this game since it came out in the offseason. They knocked them out of the playoffs last year, and this is a terrible, terrible spot for the Redskins. They are so hurt. And the Lions are coming off a bad loss against embarrassing to J.J. McCarthy. So now they get a backup quarterback, and I like Marcus Mariota. Don't get it twisted. I think he's a fine backup, but he's no Jaden Daniels. And this team is going to come out aggressive, and they're going to look to put up points early. This is why everyone is on the Raiders, the Lions, excuse me. They're a very public side, but I have a hard time believing the Redskins are going to keep it close. I can't back Marcus Mariota. I think the Lions smash them. I'll lay the 8.5 here with the Lions.
Yeah, this is another one I'm gonna keep short and sweet. Give me the Lions minus 8.5. Give me the Lions minus 10. Coming off a loss last week at home against J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings, and then getting sent home last year in the divisional round. First playoff game at home, I think in my lifetime in Detroit, and you get stunned by the Washington Commanders. I think the Commanders was a 9.5-point dog that day as well. Remember, though? They were 9.5-point dogs. They won outright. Like you said, I think the Lions have been circling this game on the calendar all season long, and they don't even care that they're dealing with injuries. I think it's personal.
Yeah.
Give me the Lions minus 8. Like I said, take them to minus 10. Wouldn't be surprised they have a huge game. Wouldn't be surprised if the Lions score 35, 40 points on the road.
Sunday Night Football in SoFi, and I guarantee you the Steelers are going to have the home field advantage in this one, kid. The Los Angeles Chargers are hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chargers laying 2.5 here at home, minus 148 on the money line. Steelers plus 2.5, plus 126 on the money line. Total is at 44.5. I really believe Joe All being hurt for this Chargers team is really detrimental. And I think this team goes as he goes. If he's healthy and this offensive line is healthy, they're a good team and they win games. This offensive line is just banged up. And I just don't know how this offense for LA is going to perform. Look at what we just saw from the Steelers versus the Colts. And now going against the Chargers and a banged-up offensive line, they're going to have a field day. I truthfully worry about Justin Herbert's health. I think TJ Watt is going to go fucking crazy. So I love the Steelers here, plus 2.5. I think they're outright dog. I think they're live. If you want the numbers, Mike Tomlin as a dog, 67-40 ATS as a dog. He gets up for these spots. Give me the Steelers plus 2.5.
I'm going to go the opposite side here. Don't get me wrong. Pittsburgh, an impressive win last week against the Indianapolis Colts. The defense can't stress it enough when I say finally showed up last week against the Indianapolis Colts at home. Made Daniel Jones have his worst day of his career, worst day of the season. I understand the offensive line is dealing with some injuries. They did address it in the trade deadline. They got somebody from the Saints. Not sure if he's going to be starting right away from this week, though. I agree with you when you say the Steelers might have the home field advantage on the road, but I feel like they snuck out a win last week. Now the Chargers going back at home. I think Justin Herbert in that offense could still do enough to outgun Aaron Rodgers. And like I said, defensively, they finally woke up last week. I got to see that show on the road. I got to see that show against back-to-back. I got to see it consistently if that defense could do it. I don't need to see it just once, not just twice. I need to see it multiple times, though. So when that defense could show up multiple weeks in a row, that's when I'll take them seriously. But for now, give me the Chargers minus 2.5 at home.
Adam with another stat. Pittsburgh 7-1 ATS in their last 8 road games against LA. Does that sway you?
Absolutely not, though.
All right. Time for your lock, dog, and teaser. We will start with your lock. I'm interested to see where you're going because you're not taking your Patriots. Back-to-back weeks taking the Patriots. Not this week.
I took the Patriots 3 times this season, and I'm 2-1. 2-1. I really wanted to lock up the Detroit Lions, but 8.5 is a little bit much. I'm going to lock up another road favorite. Give me the Baltimore Ravens -4.
Like that.
Like I said, I think this is a tough spot for J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. They had an impressive win last week, no doubt about it. Now, against the Baltimore Ravens, 10 days refs, I just feel like it's a tough spot. Give me the Ravens -4. It's the lock of the week.
See, I was trying to egg you to take the Bucks because that's where I'm going with my lock. Give me the Bucks -2.5
Wow.
here as my lock. I'm going to fade the Patriots here. I just think this is a really tough spot for Drake May. I think the defense, I think Todd Bowles is going to have a really good game plan coming out of the bye. I think Emeka Ibuka is going to go crazy as well. I don't think they'll be able to run the ball because Patriots have a good run defense, but I do think you'll be able to pass on this defense. So, yeah, I think Baker – I'm going to back Baker and Todd Bowles in this situation. Give me the Bucks -2.5 as my lock. What is your dog of the week?
My dog of the week, it's not too many dogs that I love this week. 49ers are one of them. I do have some faith in my Pats, but it's a tough spot, with the Bucks coming off a bye week. Give me the Houston Texans at home. I like what I saw from Mills last week. Wasn't that impressive, but I think with the defense behind them, I think Willie Marks can run the ball a little bit. I think if the defense is able to create a turnover or two, I think they're live here, though. Give me the Houston Texans at +100 as the dog of the week. No Brian Thomas Jr., so I love that as well. Hopefully he's healthy, comes back healthy, because I do have him in one of my fantasy leagues.
He's a bum.
It's been a rough season for him for sure. But I feel like on the road, divisional rivalry, it's just a tough spot for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to take a shot here. Give me Mills. Give me the Houston Texans at home +100.
Short and sweet, like you would say. Give me the Jets, Jets. Coming off their bye. Who the fuck is Dylan Gabriel to lay points on the road? I don't care. We traded away two of our best players. I'm going to take Justin Fields 10 out of 10 times over Dylan Gabriel. It's going to be an ugly game. If we could just try to stay away from Myles Garrett, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to take the Jets here on the money line +110. Ugly game, but I do think we're the better team. Give me the Jets. What is your teaser?
Yo, not for nothing. This is probably one of my favorite teasers of the season, and that worries me just a little. Even though, I think I'm slightly under 500 on the teasers this season. I'm confident in this one, but that worries me a little bit. At +140, 6-point, 3-way teaser. Give me the Indianapolis Colts to -0.5. Indianapolis should take care of business at home following the loss. Give me the Carolina Panthers. We got them to +0.5, basically a pick 'em to win the game. And then give me the Seahawks to -0.5 point as well. So that's my 6-point, 3-way teaser. Colts, Panthers, and Seahawks.
I like it. I got two of the same as you. I'm going to take the Panthers +0.5 as well. I think it is a good teaser spot. I think they'll cover, but you really never know. At home, just win the game. We get there. I'm going to tease the Seahawks down to -0.5. They just have to win outright. It could get a little crazy divisional game. Cardinals defense did play much better than previous weeks on Monday Night Football against the Cowboys. And then I'm going to tease down the Buffalo Bills from 9.5 to 3.5. Remember earlier in the year, Miami played the Bills kind of competitively. Now, I understand that was with Tyreek Hill and
that's the game he got hurt.
Yeah, that was the game he got hurt. So it was a much closer game, but I'll tease him down. All you have to do is win by 4 points. So -3.5 for the Bills, -0.5 for the Seahawks, +0.5 for the Panthers at +140. That's my 3-way teaser. Good. And that's going to do it. Oh, real quick, let's get to props. Prop segment of the week is presented by Props.Cash, the best way to research all your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or on the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easier to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with the code DREAM25. That is DREAM25. So download the app, not now, But right now, sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Kid, what is your prop of the week?
Dill, I was looking at this trend all day long. I wanted to go back to George Pickens over again because that's been hitting.
Yeah.
He's top 5 in receiving yards. I don't know if you knew that, Dill. This guy, week 1, he went over. Week 2, he went under. Week 3, he went over. Week 4, he went under. Week 5, he went over. Week 6, he went under. Then he had his bye week, went over, then he went under. Give me his over this week. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs over 22.5 receiving yards, Dill. He went under this mark last week. I expect him. I expect the offense to revive this week. Jahmyr Gibbs has one of his worst games of the season. Might have the worst games of his career last week against the Vikings. I expect him to bounce back here on the road. I like his over 71 rushing as well, but I think he does a little more with the receiving game. Give me over 22.5 receiving yards at minus 111.
I like it. Are you worried about the blowout factor?
No, just because I feel like he'll get it early on. It's only 22.5 yards.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 3 or 4 touches early on receiving the ball, and he gets 12 here, 10 here, and then another 5 or something like that.
All right. For me, I'm going to go to that Buffalo and Miami game. I'm going to go longest rush for James Cook, over 17.5 longest rush. You get that at minus 105. I just think this is a really good spot. I know he's only gone over this number 3 times this season, but his longest rush last week against a really good Kansas City team, 17. Against Atlanta, another good defense, 14. But against not the best defenses, he's gone over this against Miami earlier in the season at 26. And Miami, against the running back, 30th in the league. They cannot stop the run. I think this is a really big game here for James Cook. So over 17.5 longest rush for James Cook as my prop of the week. Okay, that's going to do it for week 10. We will touch Monday Night Football on Sunday when we recap everything. But let's get to week 11 in college. What do you like this week, kid?
Surprisingly, only one play. Not for nothing. A lot of chalk on the board. Didn't want to go too crazy. I got one play, laying some chalk. Texas A&M taking on Missouri, laying 6.5 on the road. I'm seeing 7 as well. I'm gonna lay the 6.5 here with the number 3 team in the country. I think Texas A&M is for real. I think they're live as well to be champions at the end of the season. Missouri, they're nice still, but I think Texas A&M is just that good. Give me the minus 6.5, minus 7. It don't matter.
Yeah, I like that one. I think that's a good teaser spot as well for A&M. I like that. Georgia, Mississippi, the Battle of the Bulldogs. I think Mississippi State in Starksville. Think they could keep this one close. I'm just not the biggest fan of Georgia this year. So give me Hail State plus 7.5. BYU, Texas Tech. I mentioned it last episode that they're playing. This is a really good game, but I think the line is telling you all that you need to know. I know it's a big line, but I would lay with the Red Raiders. Give me Texas Tech minus 10 against BYU. I don't think Oregon's good. Give me Iowa outright on the money line. I like them plus 6.5 as well. Going on, they haven't beat anyone above 500. People say, oh, they beat Penn State. Yeah, Penn State has 3 wins on the season. They're not good. So I think Iowa's a really good team at home. It's going to be a rainy, ugly day in Iowa. Oregon doesn't want to play. Oregon doesn't want to play this team. Give me Iowa on the money line. I like them plus 6.5 as well. Duke, UConn. Too many points for UConn at home. Give me the plus 9.5. Like I said, I do like A&M as well. 6.5 I saw. You could tease it down. I think that's a good teaser. I know we love to bet Vandy on this show, but I think Auburn might be live here. Plus 6.5. I just think they're going to get the new coach bump here. They fired Hugh Freeze last week. The boys are going to rally again with this new coach. And Vandy didn't look the best. I know they came back late to cover, which I don't think they had any business in doing. But, I'm gonna take a shot here with Auburn plus 6.5. Navy, Notre Dame, too many points. I am a patriot and I love this country. Give me Navy plus 26.5. And honestly, I think Notre Dame should take it easy on Notre Dame should take it easy on Navy, because if it wasn't for Navy, Notre Dame wouldn't be a university. Back in World War II era, they were about to go out of business, Notre Dame, and Navy gave them money to keep the program running and keep the school up and running. So if it wasn't for fucking our Naval Academy, Notre Dame wouldn't be where it is today. Give me Navy plus 26. I'm a fucking patriot. LSU, Alabama. I am surprised you are not touching this game. Do you have any thoughts on Bama? They are laying 10, and it's just always a good game with LSU and Bama.
Don't get me wrong. I do like the minus 10.5 here, but do I want to lay it against LSU? Don't get me wrong. They are really with a ton of injuries still, but do I want to lay it here? We beat enough tough teams this year. I understand to LSU might not be the team that we once seen, in previous years. I'm not going to lay the 10 here. I'm not. You're muted now.
Yeah, I probably would take the plus 10 with LSU and the Tigers. I just think every game, no matter who it is, at quarterback, at coach, I just think it's always a field goal or a touchdown game. They're always really good games. So I'm interested to see this game. I'm probably going to watch it. I probably would take LSU plus 10 if I'm being honest. I'd rather take the points in my pocket than lay it, if I'm being honest. But I do like Bama. I do think they're a really good team. But other than that, kid, that's going to do it. We have 8 games on Saturday for the NBA. Anything you like for Saturday for the listeners?
I'll see right now, Dill. I checked earlier to see if there was any spreads out. Wasn't no spreads earlier. We got some spreads, so I'll tell you. Lakers versus Atlanta Hawks. No spread there. I would like the Lakers on the road. Lakers been impressive, Dill. I got to give JJ Redick some credit. He's been coaching his ass off. Luka Doncic is averaging 40 points. Austin Reeves is like that. No LeBron. DeAndre Ayton is averaging 17 and 8. Who would have thought? So shout out JJ Redick. He got those boys playing. Toronto plays tonight, so I do like Philadelphia tomorrow. I'll lay the 2.5 with the 76ers at home tomorrow against the Toronto Raptors. And then the only other line that's up really, it's Washington Wizards taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks laying 4.5 on the road. Wizards ain't that good, but do I want to lay the 4.5 with the Mavericks on the road? Not sure about that. No other lines are up yet. And then for tonight, for our live listeners, damn it, all the games already started. Yeah, I would like Golden State plus 9.5 tonight. I do like Golden State plus 9.5 tonight for the live listeners, but for tomorrow, only 2 lines are up. Don't trust Dallas on the road, and like I said, I'll take Philadelphia 76ers minus 2.5 versus Toronto.
By the way, Vlad, I just sent it to you, so look at your text. Vladdy Guerrero Jr.'s hometown. Don't know how to pronounce it. Don Gregorio of the Dominican Republic. They threw him a parade. Do you know where that is?
No.
No, you don't. Okay. Well, that's kind of crazy that they threw him a parade, right?
You understand? He did something for the culture. He brought a lot of attention to the country. So,
I mean, they've had champions there. Let's be honest. What percent of the MLB are Dominicans? A lot.
I'm gonna say. I want to say 1 out of every 5, but I feel like that would be too much.
So I just researched. Approximately 10 to 11% of MLB players are from the Dominican Republic. They consistently has the second highest number of foreign-born after the United States.
Yeah, I feel like 20% was a little too
high. Yeah.
But I would have thought it would have been closer to 15. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I would too. But yeah, shout out you. All right, kid. Anything else? Are you working on the car? It's gonna be an ugly weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna rain tomorrow. Not guaranteed if I'm gonna be able to tomorrow. But if not tomorrow, sometime next week.
All right. Well, enjoy the weekend. Good luck on all your plays. Good luck on watching the games. And everyone have a great week. And we'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace.